Alrighty. I started this earlier. I'm going to attempt to dry it a little bit because I want to work it. Oh look, Fox has been eating my paper towels again. Okay, it's funny when you see little teeth marks in your paper towel roll. This thing is still quite wet in spots. I don't necessarily want to lose the texture, but I definitely want it to dry more. I'm going to try to project my voice a little bit more. It's hard when I'm painting for me for some reason. I think I'm too much in the painting itself. I'll probably show you some sped up video of me laying this ground here. This is inspired by Cy Twombly. Now, Cy Twombly can be controversial, or he can split a room kind of thing. Like, some people really like his work, like love his work and find it groundbreaking and just irreverent and defiant and able to communicate ideas through paintings. Other people think, my kid could do that. Or I could do that. And I promise you, your kid can't do it. And if you want to do it, give it a shot. What people don't understand about abstraction is that it's not meant to show you something that you've already seen. It's not meant to show you a photograph. It's meant to convey emotional things, ideas, create connections and relationships with the painter and the viewer. Sorry, see, I'm distracted by the paint. So if representational stuff or realistic stuff is about trying to show you a version of the outside world, abstraction is trying to show you a vision of the inside world, right? Of someone's emotional and internal landscapes. That's the point of abstraction. It's about a relationship between the painter and what they're thinking, what their subject is, and what it means to them, and how it makes them feel, and then trying to create something visual out of how that makes them feel. Cy Twombly loved ancient mythology, like Greco-Roman mythology, and a lot of his pieces were, I think a lot of his pieces were his emotional feelings about those particular stories, about how those stories made him feel. He put them on the canvas. It frustrates me because people who don't understand abstract art can just be jerks about it. I mean, Joe Rogan, I guess, went on and on about why Cy Twombly shouldn't be, his painting shouldn't be selling for all, millions of dollars or whatever. I mean, I could argue that too. I don't think people should be paying millions of dollars for paintings when there are, people in the world who might need that money. But beside the point, it doesn't mean the art was bad. Calm down. Getting a little worked up about the whole people not understanding abstraction thing. They have so much vitriol and for abstraction, and it's like I've been refused for an arts and crafts fair before because I did it the year before, and I actually sold a bunch of jewelry and some commercial prints and all sorts of other things. But because I was trying to also sell my abstract paintings and use them as a backdrop for other things, I was refused for a second time. And, okay, you need to calm down. I'm getting angry, getting so angry. All right, hold on. Need some water. Similar to my Joan Mitchell video, the exercise I did there, trying to what I did was use her painting as inspiration and see what I could learn about the way she made art by trying to make something similar or inspired by it. So I've used some elements of graffiti and even these sort of abstracted blossom shapes and the staining of the canvas here. That's all inspired by the work of Cy Twombly. I will try to find some comparative images. I don't know how well you can see the graffiti. I'm going to darken it up. All right, this is probably a lot better. So I've actually used text from a poem that I wrote, and I'm going to continue to work that at some point. And then I have sketched out a very loose floral. So my plan is to use the Cy Twombly inspired stuff as a ground. I can't say I know a ton about Cy Twombly the way that I know about Joan Mitchell's life. I do think I've studied his art quite a bit. I've looked at a lot of his pieces, and it's amazing to me the way that people think, my kid could do that and stuff like that, because I've attempted Cy style things before, trying to achieve this sort of sublimeness of emotionality, and it's hard. I don't even know how this is going to work out, but I'm going to try not to have any attachment to it and just work it. I think it's going to turn into a time lapse too, because I might just need to work. So I'm going to put on some music and then get started. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Everything's really wet. I know we didn't talk a lot about Cy, and this doesn't look anything like something that he would make, I don't think. But I think those graffiti elements are there, and what I'm feeling is so much emotion right now. Silly to some, perhaps. I had to take a minute here and there when the right song was on and shed a tear or two and then come back. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing to feel stuff. Too many people shy away from it. They're too afraid of it. I felt a lot of things while I was doing this. You can take from it what you will. You can think it's utter garbage. I'm okay with that because it was a good experience for me. And I hope that that's what you're getting out of your art, if you're making art. And I hope by watching me do this, by seeing other people be vulnerable, you can be brave enough to feel those big things too, because you deserve it, because you deserve a life full of meaning and feeling. Okay? I hope you guys got something good out of this. I hope at least it's making you think, maybe. I need to take a break. And let this dry, take a few breaths. I'll see you next time. It was almost profound, honestly. But I'm not afraid to feel big things.